Good evening and welcome to Man Talk here on KTN Home. I'm Susan Drogan. I'm going to be your host for this episode here on KTN Life and Style. So excited to get things started. Join us on the conversation online. Use the hashtag Man Talk or the hashtag KTN Life and Style, and we're going to be able to see all your posts and all your tweets. And there is a text line right on the screen that you can use if you want to reach out to us. Maybe you want to come on the show. Maybe you even have a complaint. We are happy and ready to listen. The number is 22151. It's right on our screen. And if you use it, you will be able to get straight to us at the Standard Group. Now, today on Man Talk, we are going to be looking back and we're going to be trying to help out. So if you're a young man, if you're a mother of a young man or a father of a young man, lean in and listen, because the gentlemen today are going to be talking to us about things we wish we knew when we were younger. Pali tulipita tukasema kama ningeambiwa it would have been very, very beneficial to us. So before I introduce my guests, I want to shout out our shooting location where we are today. We are shooting at Jiweke Tavern, just off Gong Road. Beautiful restaurant space. They have a playground if you want to come with your kids over the weekend. Amazing food and drink, and lots of spaces where you can host any celebration you're having, maybe a baby shower or your investment meeting. Chamas, for men I hear they're not called chamas, they're called investment groups. Yes. So if you want to link up, Jiweke Tavern is definitely somewhere that you can come to hang out. Now, I want to introduce the gentleman that I am with today, looking very dapper, very serious. We even had to dab them kidogo, walikuwa wana shine from within. I will start off with Reinhard Bonke. He is the CEO of Light Web Organization. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you.
Happy to have you here.
Always pleasured.
Yes, I like the hat. You're switching it up now every episode, and I'm here for it. Then we are also joined by William. William wears very many hats. Very many hats. He's an event organizer, he's an MC like myself, he's also an actor, and you create content.
Yes, I do.
You're a busy man. Thanks for having the time to come here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Very happy to have you. And then we are also joined by Rogers, and Rogers is a pastor, which we were really on before we spoke. But you're also a life coach and a mentor, so you spread it out and you do it differently. Thanks for coming through to the show.
Thank you.
Happy to have you.
Thank you.
How did you decide to be a pastor? Let's just start there. Is it from something you knew when you were younger and you decided to take this path, or is it something you figured out later on in life?
My mom and dad, they've been raised in they are mothers, and now my grandparents, they were people who really love God. And my mom was a lay leader. A lay leader is like a pastor.
Yes.
So I saw them growing in church and in leadership, and that made me even to draw closer to God. And the passion of becoming a pastor, I realized it later on in life.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you were in the church.
So I was in the church, raised in the church, the values of the church, going out to reach out to people as young as 10 years.
Yes.
So I started doing that at my early age. So that made me to love God and love people. Yeah, I love people. I became a pastor in the year 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, Deliverance Church, Donholm. I'm not the senior pastor. I'm the youth pastor there.
Nice.
So I lead a young adults group where we focus more on areas professional and just reaching out to the communities at large and helping them realize who they are and growing their areas of purpose, and even helping them make a need and make a living and be able to live a life that really pleases God.
Nice.
Yeah.
William and Reinhard, I'll start off with you because you're also very involved in the film industry, and I know you also do a couple of other things. But when it came to like creating content or wanting to be in films, is it something you knew when you were younger, or did you decide later on? Were you doing something else?
Yeah, when I was younger, I had a different passion. Though I would write my own poems and some funny songs and sing in churches.
Yes.
But then when I was growing, my mind was all about military.
Oh my gosh. That's so interesting. Even my co-host wanted to be in the army. It's like a thing with young boys at some point.
That was my passion, and I knew that every other thing I did, every other subject I had to take, was supposed to be responsible for my career in life. But then things change when people grow older. You realize that your desires when you're younger get different when you grow up.
For sure.
Because demands sometimes gets higher than supply, right?
Yes.
So you just have to cope with what's available. Yeah, so joining the film industry is something that I had to sit down and reconsider because you'd sit with people, share an idea, then you realize that the next time you see your idea on TV, you're like, oh God.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I can do my own scripts. I can do my own content. Yeah, and that's how I got myself going.
Wow.
And we're on the road.
Nice. So one of the things that you wish you knew when you were younger is how to share information with people so they don't take your idea and run with it.
In fact, sometimes, even today, sometimes we speak to people and then you come to regret later. You're like, God, I wish I knew. I wouldn't have shared this.
With that person.
Or have you ever spoken a word and then you're like, oh, no, that was not right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
You learn. We build and we grow. We learn every day. We still make those mistakes.
Yeah.
Would you say that that's been your experience, William? Has it been the same for you?
Well, growing up, I think I was an active kid growing up. I used to participate a lot in church activities, school activities, mostly poems and all that.
Yeah.
But now growing up, I was a bit shy when I was young. So when I started off as an MC, I wanted to boost my confidence as well, because I realized that I was a bit shy in front of people. I know most people will be surprised to hear this, because I don't look shy. But, but I mean, with time, I came to love the stage. I came to understand how to deal with people, how to stand in front of people. And actually, what brought me to Nairobi was to act, actually, all the way from Nyanza.
Nice.
So I came and I did a bit of set books at Kenya National Theatre for a little while before I engaged in other things.
Nice.
Yeah, but generally that has been it, the journey. And we are still trying also to venture into the event organizing.
Yes, events organizing and everything.
And everything, yeah.
Do you think you chose those career paths because of what you were talking about? You wanted to get out of being a shy person. You wanted to show people, yes, maybe I'm quiet sometimes, but there's so much going on within me. It's just to get it out there.
Well, one of the things I've learned over time is that do the things that you love doing, because you see, when you do your passion, you will find that even if you don't get paid at the end of the day but at the end of the day you feel fulfilled because you do what you love. But you just don't do something because of what you're gaining at the end of it. That's why I think that's it. So I'm doing what I love, so that at the end of the day I feel fulfilled. You know, once you put a smile on someone's face at the end of the day, that's it. You're done.
You're happy. You're like, I go home now,
happy.
I'm good.
Yeah. Sure.
Has any of us ever done a job that they really didn't like, but they were doing it just to make ends meet?
All the time.
I hated it. I was like, what am I doing here? This is horrible. The check is not enough. Let me just go home and be broke, but I'll be happy. What would you say has been one of the things that you wish somebody told you when you were going into pastoral work? Do you think there's some guidance or some warnings that you could have been given that could have helped you along the way better?
One of the things that, two things. One is personal growth.
Okay.
In terms of growing myself, because we realize most of us, we are taught to grow ourselves only in the area of finances. Go to school, get a job, save.
Don't tell you how.
Marry. True. So those are the areas of growth that most of our parents and even our peers and even our mentors have taught us that you need to have a good living. And good living is basically living in the suburbs and driving a good car, having children and all those things. But no one has ever taught us that for you to grow in a particular area in your life, then there need to be a time, you need to develop yourself, self-development. There's this writer of Think Big, Ben Carson. Ben Carson says that his mom and dad, one thing they used to do is that every time they used to buy books. And when they buy those books, when they come at home, they read together with Ben Carson.
Oh, nice.
And you realize, see what Ben Carson has done, and see an average Kenyan or an average person what he can do. Because I have 2 children, and we're just discussing with my wife, how can we help them grow themselves in their areas of maybe career, interest, passion, all those things.
Yes.
And we realize that an average kid, when he wakes up in the morning, what he does is watches cartoon.
Yeah.
So that's normal.
Yeah.
That's an average kid.
Yeah.
But one of the things we are doing is that, because my daughter, she's really passionate in the area of fashion.
Ah, nice.
So you'll find her, she's 5 years old.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Start them early.
yeah.
I like it.
So she likes watching YouTube channels for people in the area of
making
fashion.
Clothes
Yes.
or showing looks
Yeah.
and stuff. That's fun.
So you'll find her.
I like the same things.
Yeah. Utapata miaka mali, she's watching her YouTube channel.
Right.
Even at her age, she's telling us, oh, I want to have my own YouTube channel. So sometimes we record her, we show her all those things.
Yeah.
So if there was someone who could have taught me on how to develop myself
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
I think it would have been a great place to me to start from.
Yeah.
Second thing is journaling.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's power in writing.
Yes.
And Robin Sharma, in his book 5am Club, he speaks of some of the things that you're supposed to do from 5 to 6. And one of the things he speaks of is you need time for meditation. And when you're doing your meditation, it's a time where you journal something. Now, this is what I'm thinking of doing. This is what I'm thinking of. I want to be here in the next 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. This
And
is my
when you
stress
when you
right
jot it
now.
down,
Uh-huh.
somehow it sticks into your mind and you will pursue it. I'm learning journaling from my wife.
Right.
Her being an advocate, she's more into writing. She has to
Yes.
write a case. She's in the court, she has to write. So
Yeah.
I'm learning that more from her.
Nice.
So if there was someone who could have taught me on how to journal my life, then I
From
think
early
from
on.
an early on, nimeanza kusoma hizi vitu nikiwa
Na struggle. Sometimes you have a long day, you're like, what am I even reading in that book? I'm just tired.
yeah.
I don't want.
And even, apart from being a pastor, I run a company. I'm in mining and construction.
Oh, nice.
So my wife always tells me, before you go and see a customer, write down the customers you're supposed to go and see.
Yes.
Sometimes nasahau.
Uh-huh.
So you find the whole day you're supposed to see 5 customers, but because you didn't write down, you'll only see 2.
Yeah, because you'll talk for long, and
Yeah.
then the day is finished, and you didn't have a goal, so
True.
it'll just
True,
get carried
true.
away.
And the busyness of life,
Yeah.
Being too busy doesn't mean you are hardworking.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you're actually achieving anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolute facts.
Yeah.
He talked about personal development.
Yeah.
And Reinhard, do you think such a lesson or such a class, like how you have CRE, you have maths, you have physics, you have. If in primary school or in high school there was an actual session that was to do with self-actualization or that was to do with finding your dream or finding your vision, do you think that would have added value to your life?
Yeah, a great deal.
Yeah.
Because, can I tell you a little story?
Tell me.
The first time I graduated from kindergarten to join primary,
Yes.
I always knew that for you to be great, you need a bigger number in class. You understand? So the first term, I was number 33 out of 33.
Yes.
Damn, I was happy.
You were like, what?
I was happy, So I go home jumping in like, oh, yeah. Then daddy's like, okay, boy, can I see?
Yeah.
Damn, I was beaten. Trust me, I was like, what's wrong with you?
What's going on?
Why are you beating me up?
Yeah.
Then he was like, what? You can't just do this. So I came to realize that, from then it was a forced, you sit on the table, do this, time, go to bed. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's like a normal process. You realize that you are being forced on a certain road that typically you're not even ready for it.
Yeah.
Look at our systems. I'm sorry, I'm not profiling any system. But we burden so much our kids with a lot of stuff. I did chemistry. Chemistry is not helping me today. It is not bad. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then unless I fall sick and get some medication, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
So if someone would hold your hand and tell you, you look like you do football at the age of 2, so raise this person to follow that career.
Yeah.
Identify their power, strength, and capabilities, what they're able to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see these memes around, like there's a boy who is always climbing on walls.
Yes.
And then you see people saying, now you'll see the father forcing this one to go to the military. Clearly,
Yes.
this one is an engineer.
Clearly.
Yeah? Yeah, so if someone was there to hold your hands, instead of laden you with everything and making you just some burdened person.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when I was in high school, I had already lost the passion of military thing.
Right.
And even after that, I never bothered again about it completely.
Yeah.
But then my mama was always like, you need to be doing news and everything. I was like, God, why? I don't want to do that. Yeah, it's a first thing. So you see, some careers, you have them, you are doing them not because of you.
Yeah.
Because of the community, because of the people around you,
Somebody
because
said
of
it
what
was a good
someone would
idea,
say.
yeah.
And then when we were growing, if you ask somebody in class, what do you want to be? A doctor. Everybody.
Everybody wanted
A
to
doctor,
be
a doctor, a doctor. I want to be a neurosurgeon. And then when you grow up, you realize it's nothing closer to what you wanted.
Yeah,
Yes, so
true.
that development from childhood is very, very important. It's key to what we are supposed to be.
Yeah.
But still, it's not a waste, it's not a loss. We can still get there if we want to. Yeah.
I agree. I
Barack
think-
Obama says the audacity of hope
Yes.
can always get you everywhere you want to go. Yeah.
I completely agree with you because I think there's a lot of good in our education
There
system.
is.
Yeah, like
There
I was
is.
saying, it's not all bad.
No, it's not.
Some things we learned are extremely helpful. Like sometimes I realize, even with the subjects that I don't use at all, there was something I learned in that class. There's a patience, like with chemistry when you're doing titrations. There's a patience you just learned.
Yeah.
You're never
You
going
have
to
to
titrate
wait.
anything again in your life, but you learned something that you can probably apply in other situations in life.
Exactly.
Now, Rogers, you told us you're married and you have 2 children. William, are you married? Do you have kids?
No, I'm still single. But
Nice. Single and searching,
No,
or single
no, I'm not
and
searching. Like single, I'm not married, but I'm dating.
you have somebody
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yes.
We are keeping, you have to keep her safe till you lock it down.
Yeah,
I hear you.
sure.
What are some of the things that you wish you knew about relationships before you started delving into the dating world?
Well, there are a lot of things that I wish I knew about relationships earlier, before now, because people really don't understand what relationships are all about until you dive into them.
Yeah.
And the reason why they give people marriage certificate before,
Before
on
you
the
do
actual
it.
day of the wedding is because you get to learn certain things while you are in the process.
Right.
Because you make mistakes, and you know, sometimes I say that men, sometimes we really don't know what we want in relationships, because we think that it's all about beauty, it's all about, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, find someone whom you can still talk to even if you're mad at them. Find someone whom you can always rely on. Someone who can always push you to be the best version of yourself. Not someone who drains you. You know, relationship has got a lot of, well, like,
Are you going to say work? I can agree.
hey, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not an 8 to 5 job,
Yes.
but a 24/7
Full-time.
full-time job, because you really need a lot of patience. You really need to be open-minded for it to work, because when you go into a relationship with a mentality
Yeah.
that I want things done this way, you're bound to be disappointed big time.
Right.
You really need to go there with an open mind. Learn to appreciate your partner. Try and understand them, how they work, how they do their stuff.
Yeah.
Try and get their point of view on certain aspects of life. Even if you think you know better than them, just try and get their opinion. It may be very helpful to you, because once you try to force things to go your way, and especially for men, most men don't understand this. You never argue with your lady. If you want peace, you don't never argue with your lady, and you can take it to the bank. Let her win all the arguments,
Okay.
and you'll be very peaceful.
You're a happy guy.
You can ask the pastor is married. Yeah, you try
Tell
arguing. I was watching a video in the morning before we started of of a guy who just won an argument with the girlfriend.
Okay.
But he ended up sleeping outside.
Because you're born now.
Yeah, you're born.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're born. Okay, but you will sleep outside. Because ladies are very interesting humans. They see things from a perspective that women don't see it. The reason why ladies are very important is because they always nurture things into being. That's why you've heard this saying that you give a lady a house, she turns it into a home.
Right.
Because they see beyond. You know, as a single guy, I might have my house, niende nieke curtains, lesos as curtains.
Yeah.
But you know, when you bring a lady into that house, she'll be like, no, things are not done this way. You know, you need to have proper curtains, and you'll even find some of them go even a step further and bring those curtains and put them there themselves. And when you come back, you're like, yeah, I think this looks good.
Yeah, because I should have done this.
And it takes very little for men to be happy. Very little. A man can have one chair and a TV and is very comfortable.
And he's happy.
I'm very happy and comfortable. But when you bring a lady into that house, we're like,
you have to get a carpet.
You have to get a carpet, utensils. For us, we can use one cup.
And
you rinse it
and
we put another thing and life goes on. So in relationships, I think the things I wish I learned is that relationships require a lot of patience, requires a lot of understanding, and a lot of forgiveness. If you cannot forgive, don't get into a relationship, because you'll end up getting annoyed each and every little thing that your partner does will just be setting you off.
Exactly.
And if you don't have that forgiving heart, then I don't think you're cut for the relationship. You're just going to be a pastor or those, how do you call them, the nuns that they don't require to be but if you really want to get into it, I think those are some of the things that I've learned about relationships, that they require a lot of work.
Yeah.
And you have to put your effort every day, each and every day. It
and
requires
I like
that effort.
what you said also about find somebody that you can talk to even when you're
Even
mad.
when you're
it's
mad.
a very simple guide,
but
it can be really helpful, because sometimes it's like some personalities just, in fact, the best example is like a friendship.
Yeah, sure.
There's some friends who, if you argue, you're like, I can't see this person. Like, I need to cool off for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But there's some other people, some friends who you can both be mad at each other, but you'll resolve it. You'll talk and you'll resolve, and you'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
So I think it's the same when you're
same.
looking for a relationship.
Yeah,
it has to be somebody with a personality that, despite how thick things are, you guys always want to solve the problem.
Always want to solve the problem.
Yeah.
And also, because I remember, I think before, initially, in my previous relationships, maybe, I was the kind of person who would always want to shut down when something happens. But I came to learn that it eats up into a lot of things, your time, your emotional space. So the sooner you try and solve things earlier, the better. And I'd advise every person there to try. We are still learning in the process, but at least some of these things are very useful. You learn them as you go.
Yeah.
You realize that once you sleep with a problem and solve that, you may.
The energy.
The energy.
Much.
You may fight today on a Friday, and then because you want to shut down, it may end up taking a week.
Yeah,
you
to sort it out.
So always try and sort things.
I want us to take a tiny short break. When we come back, Reinhard Bonke is a father. He has children, and so does Rogers. And I noticed they were looking at you while you were talking, and I think they were realizing some things maybe you don't know. So when we come back from the break, Reinhard and Rogers are going to be educating us some more. We are discussing things we wish we knew when we were younger. Keep it here on Man Talk on KTN Home. See you after the break. Welcome back to the show. If you have just tuned into KTN Home, I am joined by Reinhard, William, and Rogers. And we are discussing things we wish we knew. People are not always who they seem to be. Reinhard.
Very correct.
Yes. True. I saw you already like, yes.
Very correct. There's a time we had a talk and I said, today our world is filled with pseudos and masquerades. People who hide their real white until the right time. You see, when someone gets annoyed and then they begin saying, I have known you, I have known your color, you've shown me your true colors. Those are not their true colors. That is just who they were, and they still are. It's just that the time for seeing this hadn't come yet.
Right.
So when this person gets an opportunity to bring out the real them, everybody is an animal in this world. Some are lions, some are cheetahs, some are leopards, different. But then it just takes some situation to bring the animosity in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you realize some people are very calm even when things are supposed not to be calm.
Right.
Yeah. So the world is filled with a lot of lies. It's very difficult today to identify truth from among the lies because they all look alike. They all
Yeah.
look the same. So when that person said that people will not always be what they seem to be, that's very true.
I think I
Yeah, I
completely
remember
agree
when
as
I
well.
when I fell in love the first time ever, and then I really loved this person. From outside, good and calm and people who don't talk and whatever. But then when now you begin settling down, then you realize that some things are happening that you don't even have power to correct or rectify.
Right.
The best you can do is just live on and maybe carry the burden of regrets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people do change a lot. Example of friends. You've seen friends that they'll always be around you because they can siphon something from you. They can
Yeah.
benefit from you.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
come around when things are good.
When things are good. The other day, someone was telling me that we were having a shoot somewhere, and someone was saying like, you know what? You don't need to do away with your friends because you need them for tomorrow. And I was like, it was just their conversation. Then I chipped in. I was like, guys, no, that's not the way it's supposed to be. I don't need you for tomorrow. I need you for today because tomorrow is not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might say I'm keeping you for tomorrow, then tomorrow never comes. What
Yeah.
happens?
It's true.
I'm in heaven, you're on earth. We don't meet, we don't see.
Yeah.
So if I need you to be real with me, be with me now, today, here. Yeah, let's do what we're doing. Let's be real with each other. But people will always be people, and we cannot blame that. Sometimes
Yeah.
we ourselves find ourselves in a situation where you are not who you are.
True.
Yeah.
It's sometimes you're going through a tough times as an adult. If you have children, you have to keep smiling. You have, to, keep, you have to keep the charade going. It's
And
not the children's fault.
and
Them, they're
trust
just
me,
there, and it's your job to solve the problem as a
The
parent.
world out there doesn't need to look at you and see you as a weakling kind of a being that would always be complaining. One time I read some status
Uh-huh.
on Purity's wall
Uh-huh.
that was saying sometimes we have a point in life where you don't feel like getting out of that bed.
Right.
Yeah? And sometimes when you see people out here smiling and walking around, just know that their hearts are burdened. They are
Also.
laden. And they don't just know what to do, but they don't have no choice other than being strong.
Yeah.
Because your boy, your girl, they need to see you strong. Do you know how sad it feels like when your daughter finds you this way?
Stress.
And then she's like, Daddy, what's happening?
Yeah.
You don't even know what to explain. So you better be strong and be okay. But there are days that will come that you'll feel like, I think I need to end this today. I got no reason to leave.
I'm tired.
I'm done with this. But the
Yeah.
audacity of hope will always keep us going. So in as much as we meet people who pretend to be what they are not, we still have our responsibilities of being the best of who we are supposed to be.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Sure.
that. Rogers, in the church and even outside of Christianity, if you go to other religions, if you look at Buddhism, if you look at Islam, there is always pressure if you're associated with the religion to have a good life, to be perfect, to be happy all the time, to show that your family is always together and we're happy. We are because God is everything and God takes care of all. But what are some of the things that you've learned, maybe to not give yourself that pressure or to not have to show a perfect life? Like you should still be able to relate to the congregation, things you wish you knew maybe.
We are humans.
Yeah.
And we are limited.
True.
And that's one of the things we, especially myself, with the congregation I relate with, I let them know that I'm not God.
Yes.
Because
Thank you for saying that, because there are some pastors who be rolling out here like they are God.
Yeah.
Like you worship this one and it's the same.
yeah, let me use an example. Before I married my wife, I used to help people a lot. So if you come to me, you need some cash, I'll give you 1,000. If he comes, I give him. So I really wanted to solve the problems of the world.
Of everyone coming to you. You're like, it can be done.
It can be done. But now you see, I'm not Jesus.
Right.
Jesus died for the world.
Yeah.
I'll never die for the world. So there's something that I can do
Right.
as Rogers
Yeah.
in my capacity. So one of the things I also do is sometimes I'm vulnerable to them. That this is what I go through as a human being.
Right. You've
I
made
remember-
mistakes.
I've
You
made
also-
mistakes. And there's a day I was praying for someone. I was leading church. So I felt like praying for people to just be healed.
Yeah.
Now, 2 people called me. They were healed of their sickness.
Oh.
Now, my wife, her leg was aching. She wasn't healed.
She's like, these prayers,
Yeah.
why are they not bouncing back here at home?
And Susan, that same day, I was having a headache. It didn't go.
Right. These are the stories people should tell.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
So it didn't go.
Yeah.
The headache was there, and I prayed for you. You are healed.
Yes.
And myself, I'm not healed.
Right.
So I go through this. Recently, I lost my son.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And it was in the month of July.
Oh my God.
And you see, I didn't attend church for like 2 months
Right.
because I was mourning.
Yeah.
And people might say, I remember there's a time someone called me and asked me, why are you not coming to church? Nikajisikia kumtusi, but nikasema, God help me.
God, please take the wheel. That's
Yeah.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah. Because you see, I'm a human being. I have emotions.
Yes.
And even God himself, even Jesus had emotions. That's why he reached a point that he wanted to, when people are doing business in a place they were not supposed to do.
Yeah, in church, and he lost it. He
Yeah.
was flipping tables.
Yeah. So sometimes I'm affected.
Yeah, of course.
And even I have people that I work with. There's a group I have for marriage people who've been married for like 10 years and below. It's called Marriage Rocks.
Oh, nice.
So we meet, discuss issues, marriage, challenges you're going through.
Yes.
And when I'm there, I'm not a pastor.
Yeah, you're just another married man.
I'm just
your
another married man
husband.
with issues.
Yes.
So I think one of the things that I've learned is it's okay to be vulnerable. But again, I have to know at what point I'm vulnerable and to whom am I
Yeah,
vulnerable
it has to be a group you trust.
Yeah, because again, you can go ahead and tell someone I've been struggling with this, and the way they take it,
Yes.
because as he's saying, people are just people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and some of them will relate with you because you are a pastor so that they can get some favors. But I've just learned to be vulnerable, just learned to be me, and people to know that even me, I'm looking for money, I'm looking for good life.
Yeah.
As much as I can ask God to give me, but there are some principles that are there. You know, the principle of law and gravity. If you
Yes.
fall down from a 10th floor, you will, even if you pray,
Do whatever.
whatever.
The gravity is doing its work and you will land.
Yeah, so when you're here on earth, we need to understand that there are principles that govern earth.
Right.
And on those principles, whether you are a monk
Yeah.
or whether you are a Buddhist, whether you are
Yeah.
a Christian or a Muslim, those
apply to
principles, they apply to
everyone.
everyone. Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
There's another pointer that Purity got. William, I want you to talk about this one. Good things take time.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Good things take time. You know, shortcuts in life are very dangerous because if you want anything good, it has to take time. You have to follow the right channel for it to last. Because anything that you get through shortcut, trust me, it won't last.
Yeah.
Or even if it's there, you won't even be happy about it.
Right.
Because the joy, I think the joy of every person, the joy of every man and woman is to always enjoy the fruits of their labor. You see, when you wake up early in the morning at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. every morning or 4 a.m. and you come back home having done something that you feel fulfilled in yourself, you feel nice about it. You may not be living in your dream house, you may not be driving your dream car,
Yeah.
but you know you are on your way there
Right.
because good things take time.
Yeah.
What will happen if today you woke up and you had all the things that you wanted in life at your
It would be
age?
so boring, first of all. What are
What
you
will you
meant
be
to do
working
tomorrow?
for? What
Yeah.
will you be working for?
Yeah.
I mean, you get the point? So the point is good things take time, and always trust the process. People are always afraid of the process of getting there. People want results, but they don't want the process.
Yeah, to do the work. Especially
Yes.
young people in Kenya. I
Especially
think we're
young
getting the
people,
wrong idea.
especially young people, especially in this generation that we are in. If people understood the process, sometimes things happen and you wonder like, am I really in the right path? if whatever you're doing it and it doesn't bother you whether, sometimes it doesn't bother you whether you're doing the right thing, then you're not doing the right thing at all. Because the thing that takes you to where you want to be, you have to toil for it, you have to sweat for it. You have to have doubts sometimes, because sometimes you doubt whether am I really cut out for this, whether you can really manage to do this. So good things take time, and that includes everything, career.
In fact, let's do an exercise.
Yes.
Who want us to talk? I want us to talk about our role models, international or local. Rogers, can you name one or two people?
One of my role models, it was my dad.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, though he's not there
anymore.
Yeah, why am I saying so? I developed a passion for business.
Yes.
Because of my dad and my mom. My dad used to sell cabbages.
Okay.
And my mom used to sell onions.
Nice.
So every time when you when you're in a lower primary, you leave school at around 1. So I do house chores, then I run to town to sell cabbages and onions.
Yes.
So after selling the cabbages and onions, then we have sold, he buys for us nyama choma, we eat together. We used to spend time together, watch football together. So I've learned a lot of business ethics from my dad.
Because you saw, we bought this much, or this is how much of the cabbage has been sold. I've sold. You'd bring the money and your dad wouldn't spend all of it, I'm assuming, just treat you guys a little for nyama and stuff. Who's another role model, international?
Miles Monroe.
Miles Monroe, I like that. For you?
Internationally, I have two, Steve Harvey and Barack Obama.
Nice.
Because especially because of their story, I like learning from people's story. They are so inspiring. And the things that they do and the things that they have achieved over time. And you see, when we talk about good things taking time, those are people who have really gone through the process.
They really went through the process.
The process,
Reinhard, for you?
For me, my first role model is my late mama.
Yeah.
Because, she was my pillar, my strength, my mentor, my molder. Yeah, I am what I am today because of her. I salute her every day.
Every day.
So, and my second most important, none other than Barack Obama.
Yes.
Because, I look at a lot of his childhood life stories, and then I try to compare. And I just like it. It's something you can relate.
100%.
One time I had come from school, grade 8, I think. Then when I got home, I wrote a paper, and I said that one time I will be a congressman in the States.
Nice.
And I kept it somewhere, and it's there, trust me. It is still intact.
You know what's so cool about all of our role models is a lot of them got there after 35, after 40, after 50, after 60.
And the best amazing thing is that their life history never seems to add up. Like, there is no sense between their childhood and their
where
adulthood.
they ended up,
You understand? Somebody ends up in the White House when their childhood was just slavery.
And confusion, like
Confusion,
Barack
you
Obama's
understand?
childhood was just confusion.
His story to the American people doesn't even relate.
Yeah, that's why they were asking to see his birth certificate, because they're like, there must be a hole.
That is possibility. I mean, models,
But it's with the principle of good things take time. Young people in Kenya need to do the exercise we've just done. Write a couple of your role models down, and then write down the age where you think they got to where you'd want to be. It's not your age now. You have to put in the work. You have to trust the process.
Can
William
just
said.
a minute, Susie?
Yes.
About him, the good things take time.
Yes.
Now that's a reality. Just that, as you wait for good things to take time, it depends on how you're doing your road as you journey towards good things taking time.
Yeah.
Because, I'm sorry, I hate it when I see that the most poorest people in the world are Christians. Like, God is rich, wealthy.
Right.
He owns everything. So there is no way you are a Christian and then you are built on a faith that, I don't know, happy is the poor, whatever.
Right.
It doesn't give glory to God at all. So as good things take time, you need to figure out on how to work towards making that good thing that takes time become a realization. Anyway, we'll just die with our dreams and go to the grave, and that good thing will never have taken time. Then for you, Pastor, socially, I also went through the same trauma when I lost my mother. And apparently, even my own daddy, like a week or something, everyone was expecting me to be okay. You know, apparently, I never had the strength to mount because being the firstborn, I had a lot to do
And you have
during
to keep
the
it moving.
and everyone socially, the community, everybody is looking up to you. So I didn't have time even to. Every time I went to the morgue, I never shed a tear. I would feel broken and so yeah. But then I was like, if I break down in front of people, they would. I don't know what would happen.
Right.
So I stayed strong. So after the burial, everyone is like, oh God, you're supposed to have moved on, you see?
Yeah,
and I
to
was
them
like,
you were
guys,
okay.
just let me be. Right now, I don't need advice. I don't need anything. I just want to be alone and alone and alone. So it happens. So guys out there, please, socially, just be you. Just be you. In as much as you're trying to please everybody, trust me, you can never make everybody happy.
Right.
Make yourself happy first. If you're happy, we're happy.
Yeah.
Great.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe can I add something on that?
Please do.
As I agree with what they're saying. Again, one of the things that makes us not reach greatness in our life is because if you're an ego, don't associate yourself with the chicken. Because sometimes you have the passion, you have the desire,
You have the ability.
you have the ability. I've seen people who've worked very hard for 10 years, 6 years. But now, sometimes the people you surround yourself with. Now, there's a challenge that is going on in Facebook and the social media. It's called the chemical challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what. In fact, I think that's what William was trying to hint at.
Yeah.
But he didn't say wash, man. What he should have said.
Now you see, if you surround yourself with people who are in that area, they want to challenge the chemical challenge. Now they post a picture of when you're poor, then after some time. One of the things that will help us is who speaks into your life.
Right.
Because who speaks into your life will be able even to elevate you to higher levels. But most of us, the people who speak to our life, some of them are discouragers. Some of them are people who are parasites. They want to just to
keep you down.
To keep you down.
Yeah.
Some of them, they are rumor mongers. You speak, you give them an idea, as they say, they run with your idea.
Yeah.
So we need to have people who walk us through this journey, and those are like mentors. Someone who has gone through that journey. What have you been doing? Because sometimes, it takes time, as I said, but if you don't know what is supposed to be done,
that
greatness
time
will never
go.
come. It will never come.
And trust me, Pastor, by the way, your ears can run before you. Your ears, like today you are 20. Oh God, the next 5 years you're 25. Jesus, you are 40. Like nothing has happened. And you keep saying, good things take time. Good things take time. They will
You
never
need to be
take. They
doing
will never
something.
happen.
Do something.
That's time to come. It's true.
Because you see, that will determine the good.
Yes.
But now you see, most of us, especially Christians, as he said, you know, it's okay to pray. Everyone prays. But now, there's the principle of work.
You pray and then you wake up and do it. Otherwise, how will God help you? You're in the house, you want an opportunity with Steve Harvey. My friend, you're in your house.
Yes.
Where are you going to meet him?
There's principle of work. Relationship. You want to marry.
Yeah.
But now, you see, God will never bring to you Susan or Purity or just, my son wanted to marry. Susan is here.
You hear a doorbell.
Yeah.
She has brought herself.
So you need to go to interact with people. And the challenge with us is that we don't interact with people. I interact with everyone, whether you're a Christian or a non-Christian. Because I am not of that kind of a person. No, I just want to have Christians friends. No. I have interacted. I have a friend of mine who is not a Christian. And this guy learned one thing from him. He told me that one of the things that he will do to make sure that he succeeds, he will never live in a place that rich people don't live. He'll always live in the suburb. He doesn't know how, but he'll live in the suburb.
This is my rule. I've made it. And
I know that guy where he is now.
Where?
He's in Sweden.
Oh.
Why did he tell me that?
He went to the suburb of countries.
Yeah.
The suburbs of Kenya.
Do you know why he told me like that? He told me the decision makers are in that environment.
Right.
So I'll meet you. I'll meet him. I'll meet him. So there's an idea that will bring into my mind that I never had. I was sharing with one of the guys who wants to become an MP in my location. And he was telling me that he normally takes his children to outside countries.
Yeah.
And he told me that one of the things that he wants to do, he wants to take his daughter to, I can't remember the country, I don't know if it's Hungary or which country, but the daughter loves cooking, food.
Ah, cool.
So there's an idea that I think it's Hungary, I'm not sure, but where they cook food, meat, in a way that the meat is on the, they dig some trenches.
Okay.
So they put meat inside the trench.
Okay.
They put sand on top of the trenches. So the meat cooks by the heat
over the earth.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And people line up. It's 8 kilometers.
Just to taste that meat that's been cooked in the ground.
Yes.
Wow.
How did this person get that idea? He went to he caught up someone who had a vision, someone who has a desire, and someone who has traveled. Because I think most of us, we don't have exposure.
Even just traveling within Kenya really changes your mindset.
Yeah, true.
Because we have so many strange beliefs about other people's culture or other people's tribes or how this town is or how that town is. And you go there and it's completely different from what you thought.
Can I give an example? It might sound contradictory. Kenyans, most of them, when you listen to the songs that we sing, they're more Western. Now, there's this new culture that has come. It's called gengeton.
Yes.
If you go to a matatu, every matatu is singing gengeton.
Yeah.
Because Kenyans understand, they can relate with gengeton.
Right.
Kenyans can relate with Meja. Kenyans can relate with this boy who sang Cheza Kama Wewe.
Yes.
So
they're talking about the things that are happening.
And everywhere you'll hear someone say Cheza Kama Wewe.
Exactly.
But now, if you want to come here in Kenya and you want to sing like Jay-Z,
yeah.
acha tusikize Jay-Z.
Hey, we already have access to him.
Yeah, we have access to him. So you cannot replicate Jay-Z in you.
It's true.
Yeah. So,
oh my gosh, guys, thank you so much. I feel like I've learned a lot today on things that we all wish we knew when we were younger. And I don't think you can expound or complete this topic completely, but we have been talking about good things take time. So I want all these gentlemen to tell you guys what they do and where you can find them and get their services. And in case you have any other questions, Roger's coaches and he's a mentor, so you might want to reach out to him for that, or you have an interest in film, or you have an interest in events, you can talk to Reinhard or you can talk to William. So Rogers, you can give social media, website, phone number, how people can find you.
Yeah, I use this camera?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Rogers Kadenge Evayo. I'm a pastor and I'm a life coach and a mentor. If you want to reach me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you just the same Rogers Kadenge, Rogers with a D. Apart from that, I do life coach, I do mentorship, and also I run a mining and construction company called Eden Drilling Solutions. And my number is +254 727 225 103.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming through, Rogers.
Thank you.
William, where can people find you and get your services? We want you to MC the event.
Oh yes, please come through, guys. My social media handles are MC Willie, MCEE, then Willie, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on TikTok.
Nice.
Yeah, and I also, my phone number is +254 708 487716. You can come through in case you need us to organize those events for you, or you need me to MC in your event at affordable prices, of course.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, William. And Reinhard.
Yeah. Thank you very much, viewer. I'm Reinhard Bonke. Always a blessing talking to you live on air. So today I just want to say, as Pastor said, your vision and your mission is very important in your life. Get yourself around people who will always elevate your vision, because dreams can get you anywhere, but imagination will take you everywhere. In the world of movies and film and script writing, we do imaginations and make them like a reality. So if you're out there, just come on. We'll do everything we gotta do. Yeah, remember, I'm not a social media fan.
Yes, you need to watch that episode, guys, on the KTN Home YouTube page. You'll find it. He'll explain why.
Yeah, it's a lot. So lastly, someone told me that they need my number because of script. So I'll give this one. Strictly WhatsApp, no calls. Please, 0700 0700-790-274. I'll say it again, 0700-790-274. Guys, it's always a blessing having you, and cheers, guys. Be cool, be good.
Thank you so much for coming through to the show.
Thank you for having us.
And
it was
after
fun.
a couple of years, we'll come back again and see what else we have learned.
I mean,
Exactly.
it gotta come back.
There has to be a
important.
follow-up.
Yeah, it's important.
Thank you so much. Do stay tuned to KTN Home. There's always way more entertainment coming up. But that is it for Man Talk. You can find me on my socials at Sura_common everywhere and follow us at KTN Home. Find us next week, same time, same place. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for being a gracious host. Yay.
Thanks, guys.